I went to the jungle because I wished to live deliberately, to face the raw, untamed wilderness with nothing but myself, a bed, and a desk. There was no electricity to distract, no Wi-Fi to tangle my thoughts in the web of modern life, just the quiet hum of the jungle, alive and yet indifferent. My hut, simple and weathered, was my Walden pond, my place of retreat where the world's noise and artificial lights could not reach. In that solitude, I sought the essential truths of life, stripped of the conveniences that clutter the mind and cloud the spirit. Here, there was no clock but the sun itself. It rose above the trees and called me to wake, not with urgency, but with the steady rhythm of nature. And as the light faded each day, casting shadows long and deep across the forest floor, I sat in darkness, learning to be still. My only company was the creatures of the jungle, the monkeys in the trees, the insects crawling across the earth, and the birds calling out to each other in the distance. They too lived simply, each moment driven by purpose, each action aligned with survival. In this hut, my mind unwound from the frantic pace I had once accepted as normal. I had gone there with no plan other than to meet myself in the stillness and the silence, to shed the layers of distraction that had dulled my senses. And like Thoreau in his pond, I found that life, when stripped down to its barest essentials, is not only enough, but more than enough. The jungle revealed its own wisdom, a wisdom written in the cycles of day and night, in rainstorms that came without warning, and in the slow, deliberate growth of the trees that surrounded me. Each day was a lesson in simplicity. When I was hungry, I ate. When I was tired, I slept. I became attuned to the rhythms of my own body, unbound by the artificial structures of time imposed by society. It was here, in the depth of the jungle, that I learned the luxury of doing nothing, of being fully present in the now, untethered from the need to produce, to achieve, to be elsewhere. And in the silence, I began to see my life more clearly. The mistakes I had made, the regrets I had carried, all surfaced in the stillness. But instead of fleeing from them, I met them head on, forgiving myself as one forgives the weather, recognizing that the storms of the past had shaped me, but they no longer defined me. There was a beauty in the isolation, a rawness that allowed me to confront the truths I had been avoiding. And in that confrontation, there was peace. Like Thoreau at Walden, I went to the jungle not to escape life, but to immerse myself in it, to live deeply, to see what it had to teach. And what I learned was that life does not need to be complicated. In the simplicity of nature, in the steady hum of the jungle, I found a clarity I had not known before. I left behind the noise, the distractions, the constant pull of the digital world, and in doing so, I found myself. The jungle became my Walden, a retreat from the unnecessary, where I learned the difference between living and merely existing. And when it came time to leave, I left not with regret, but with a deeper understanding of what it means to be alive, to live deliberately, to appreciate the quiet moments, and to find contentment in the simple act of being.